This video is all about me tearing down Danganronpa V3's ending and why I think it's fundamentally broken and why I despise the heck out of it. So if you don't like different opinions and don't want to be butthurt about it, or you haven't seen the ending of it yet, please leave now. Ready? Let's begin. First of all, let's talk about its length. It is absurdly long for no good reason. This is a major problem for all the 6 trials in the Danganronpa series, and even a bigger problem in this installment. I don't have much of a problem if a trial is long, especially if it's the final one, but I do have a problem with the endless amounts of filler and pointless conversations in the trials, and Danganronpa V3 is absolutely riddled with them. The monocubs are the main offenders, and all of them returning in the final trial was the absolute worst idea I've ever seen. I get it, the banter between the characters can be funny, but not when we're in the climax of the story and they keep repeating the same thing over and over again. The idea gets drawn out for way too long just to hit a time quota. It all feels like a waste of time, and you'll hear that a lot during this. But yeah, length and filler is a major problem for this ending. Now that we got the length part out of the way, let's talk about the actual trial itself. Now forgive me since I haven't watched the full trial in like 3 years, though I have rewatched the more important bits so I can refresh my mind, so I might get a few minor details wrong. It starts off with you trying to take a retrial of the first class trial and find out Rantaro's true killer, and if they find out that Kaede wasn't the black, and then the whole killing game is fundamentally broken. Man, even the cast knew that V3 was jank as heck. You eventually find out that Tsumugi was the black and the mastermind. Then she turns into Junko all of a sudden, and now the focus of the trial is just a lore dump, which is basically what all the 6th trials are, but that's not the point. Then the trial's focal point turns into contradicting her and how all the stuff she said and your memories were actually BS. So all of that was a whole lot of nothing, considering that it gets revealed that the memories were lies. Which just makes it seem like you getting invested in this story is a waste of time. It was all for nothing. Those 10+ hours of playtime was all useless. The characters discussing these memories in previous chapters were all for nothing. At least that's how I interpreted it. But now let's get on to the real twist. Man, so many unnecessary twists in one trial. Tsumugi goes in and randomly reveals that Danganronpa and the characters' life memories are just fiction. Like fiction, the first 2 Danganronpa cast of characters are all fictional, even in their own universe, and V3's cast are real people with fake memories. I don't like this twist. I know, really unexpected. It ruins the whole series for me, because now, I just feel like this whole game, heck even the whole series, was just a joke, a giant waste of time. Every time I watch someone else's playthrough on the game, I keep reminding myself there's no point in being emotional, they did this themselves. You might say, well, that's kind of the point of a plot twist, to know the twist and see the game and how your perspective drastically changed because of the twist, and you'd be right if it also didn't ruin the entire series by saying that these characters are ultra fiction. They don't even exist in their own fictional world. If I remember right, the whole message behind this twist was that even if it is fiction, it can still have an impact to the world, but all this did to me is also ruin every other type of story media out there. I don't feel emotions for any fictional characters anymore because I just keep remembering that they're not even real. Danganronpa V3's attempt to say fiction has meaning has done the opposite to me. How ironic, but also means that piece of fiction changed my perception of fiction, so I guess it did leave an impact on me, just a terrible one though. I feel like the ending was trying way too hard to be meta and forgot that they needed a message to be in there, so they just made one up on the spot. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. Also, I feel like there was no connection to this twist with anything else with the game besides the prologue and Kiibo's voice in his head. but that subplot felt forcefully inserted. At least the first Danganronpa twist was slightly more intertwined with the rest of the game, and the second one explained all the wacky stuff that was happening throughout the whole game. So what happens after the trial? I actually don't know at the time of writing this. Hold on, let me check. So the audience agrees the series should be done and Danganronpa is over. Great, that's probably the best thing that has ever happened in this series. And now the characters want to kill themselves after the audience decided that there should be no more killing games? What's the point? Didn't they already win? I think this part is just me being stupid, and not paying much attention anymore, but let's keep going. And Tsumugi, technically speaking, wins in the end. She's satisfied that her copying Junko failed at the end like Junko's original game, so the antagonist wins by dying and the protagonists just die when they don't even have to. Nice ending, we definitely won. Kiibo turns into a school shooter, Tsumugi and Monokuma die, and the rest live. Great job killing everybody, Kiibo. Then Shuichi proposes the idea that Tsumugi could have lied about them volunteering, but to me, this just seems like a last-second addition to try to add more mystery to something that didn't need it. Seemed like a pretty open and shut case in my opinion. Then they realized they can't leave the dome and die of starvation. What? What do you mean that didn't happen? I feel like it's way too convoluted for no good reason, but it's nice that this series is finally over. Wait. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. V3's ending was about ending Danganronpa, and now you're telling me that Danganronpa is an unfinished series, and a new one will eventually come out. That's it, I'm leaving. Goodbye. End of video.